Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Peace be on you all. I pray that you're all blessed with good health and lots of happiness. Ameen. Welcome back to Naila'z journey. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what's been happening from the beginning of 2019. In vlog 2, I told you about how my treatment started for cancer in 2017 and when it ended in 2018 and what's been happening since after that. So in January 2019, I was informed by the oncologist that I am now cancer free. It was great news, and it finally meant that I survived. And it also meant that I can now move on. I can start building my strength up, start working towards other goals, and get back to work, get back to my normal life that I had before the cancer overtook me. So in the midst of planning my future, I started to have pains in my right shoulder. I was checked by the doctors, and which revealed that there was nothing serious going on. I may have spondylitis, and with few injections the pain should go away, and with some physiotherapy it would help me maintain this. The doctor did blood tests and found that my liver test reading was abnormal, and the GP sent me for an ultrasound of my liver. And in March 2019, I had a liver scan. The scan just showed that the liver was fatty. I never heard anything after that from the GP or anyone else to say that there's something serious going on or needs treating. Sometime after March, in June I started to get unwell. I started vomiting quite a lot for no reason at all, just vomiting. I eat and then I start vomiting. I was treated with a viral infection and given medication to help me with the sickness. As the sickness kept happening, I still kept thinking, okay, it's just this infection that's just not letting go of me. As time went on, in July, one day I woke up, I noticed a lot of veins had cropped up. They became so visible, they became so prominent that I was just thinking what's going on. And they were just mainly on the right side. I said, okay, maybe my skin is becoming thin, which can be an explanation as to why the veins are showing up too much. And then the next day I woke up with my right arm swollen, just very badly swollen, very hard and blue. It was just, this part was swollen, and as you can see, this sleeve is quite loose, so this sleeve was totally full tight and my arm was blue. and the pain was just so bad. I called my lymphedema nurse and I explained to her what has happened to my arm, and she advised me that I need to contact my GP urgently, as this can be a blood clot. I went to my GP, she sent me to A&E. I was then given an blood thinning injection at the hospital, Watford General. And the next day I had the scan of the arm, but by then the blueness of the arm had reduced quite a lot, and the swelling had gone down as well. I was told that my blood test shows a lot of abnormality regarding D-dimer. D-dimer is the blood test they do to find out if there is a clot. So that blood reading was quite high, but it showed the ultrasound was clear, so they said if there was a blood clot, it's already cleared by the injection that was given to me the day before. So that was a relief. Then a week later, I started to have chest pains, and I went back to A&E, and I was told that it may be muscular pain as the ECG was clear, and although the D-dimer blood test is still abnormal and higher from last time, they don't think I have a blood clot in the chest. So I was advised to just take painkillers, and I said I've been taking painkillers for 1 week and the pain hasn't reduced. So they did an x-ray, and I was told that the x-ray is all clear, and advised again to just take painkillers, and if the pain still continues, just come back the next week. And went home, waited for 1 week, and the pain still stayed. And I went back to A&E doctors, as they had booked me in for an appointment, and I was seen by a different doctor this time, and the doctor tells me that my blood tests D-dimer again is higher than last week, so it is a bit of a worry. So he's then looked at my x-rays from last week, and he said, as you might have been told last week, that your x-rays show some abnormality as well. I said, hang on, I was not told anything. I was told that my x-ray was all clear, and now you're telling me that there was abnormality. So he then booked me in for a CT scan on the same day. I went for a CT scan in at the same hospital on the same day, and the results were that there are some pockets of fluid in my right lung. The doctor then questioned me about if I'd been having breathing problem, and I said yes, I had been short of breath for some time now, and I thought it's just probably me being lazy or not doing any physical activity. So if I'm walking upstairs or down the stairs, I'm getting short of breath. I need to take a lot of time, and sometimes I'm gasping for more air. He then advised that I need to ring my Macmillan nurse urgently and get myself an appointment booked with my oncologist. And then I started worrying, what is going on? So I rang my nurse and I got the appointment booked for 20th of August. I was also booked in for another CT scan of the lower side. So I had the chest scan first, but they now wanted below the chest to the pelvic. They wanted a CT scan of that. So I also booked in for a scan. I went for general in the morning, 9 o'clock on 20th of August, and then an appointment at around 12:30 at St. Albans Hospital with my oncologist. And before that appointment took place, I was also seen by my lymphedema nurse at a wellbeing clinic in Hemel Hempstead. And she treats my arm usually for swelling and pain when there's not a good flow of the lymphatic fluid. Because when I had surgery in 2017, my lymph nodes were removed, which is why I get a lot of pain and sometimes swelling in the arm, in the right side. So I see my lymphedema nurse every few weeks, and she helps me with the pain management and the swelling management. So when she saw my veins, and straight away she said, "How long have you had these veins?" And I said, "They've been here for some time, about maybe a few weeks." And she could still see that there was blue, my arm was still blue. And she confirmed to me that I really do need to see the oncologist urgently. And she told me that she believes that it may be cancer. I broke down straight away. I said, "This can't be happening." I said, "How can it be?" She said, I hope I'm wrong, but these veins that have appeared have only appear when there is a tumor pressing against some of your veins, and the blood circulation is getting messed up. So she got in contact with my Macmillan nurse and told her whatever she thought. My husband tried to calm me down afterwards and said, "You know, she's not an oncologist. I know she's a specialist as well, but let's think positive and stay positive and not think about cancer." So on 20th of August, as normal, happy as I can be, went in for my CT scan, then made my way to St. Albans Hospital to see my oncologist. And I was then told that I have liver cancer, liver metastasis, that it is obviously spread from my first breast cancer. And I thought, what? I had lung issue. They told me there's fluid in my lungs, and now I'm being told that it's completely different, and it's my liver. It was a great shock. And I just cried. I couldn't believe that I have to go through all this again. I was told that I will have a biopsy and then my treatment will start. I think a few days later I had a liver biopsy, and I was told that a week after the results would be discussed in a meeting at St. Albans Hospital, and I would be informed of the results and the treatment plan. And then I became unwell. On around 30th of August, I started to have more breathing difficulty, and the breathing was getting more worse. If I'm eating, I couldn't breathe. If I'm brushing my teeth, I couldn't breathe. And the pain around here had become so sharp that with breathing it hurt even more. I went into A&E and I was admitted because my oxygen levels were quite low. I was kept in different wards every time. I stayed in there for 5 days, and I was discharged just a few days ago. And those 5 days were just hell. I was seen by various doctors every single day, different doctors, in the morning and in the evening. And I was having more CT scans, more x-rays. I had so much pain in my body. I could barely stand. I would push myself to walk, but there will be so much pain in walking, and there will be so much breathlessness. And when I was seen by some doctors, one doctor came and said, as you know, the cancer has spread to the bones. No, I did not know. I was also told that fluid has built up on my left lung as well. But there was more fluid on the right side than on the left. Some fluid had been taken out about 14 milliliter, and it was sent for testing, and the results hadn't come back. And then just a couple of days before I was discharged, I was told again those words, because I was having more breathing problems. They said, as you know, you have lung cancer. Cancer is in the lungs, as you know. I did not know. I knew there was fluid, but I didn't know that it was cancer. I was discharged a few days ago, and obviously my breathing didn't get any better, and they said it won't get better because of the fluid and what's going on with the lung. It would only get better once my cancer treatment starts. So now I have lots of appointments booked in to be seen by my oncologist to discuss the treatment plan, how they will contain it, and what else is going to be happening to me. So this is what has been happening so far. I'm yet to be seen by some nurses that I have been referred to by a hospice, and I will update you all on that as well. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, please just comment below, and I will try my very best to get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back with more.